Day 2 of our LV Game of the Week, the hugely significant relegation battle between Worcestershire and Sussex was one very much enjoyed by the visitors, although they were initially kept waiting to grab the one wicket they required after reducing Worcestershire to 185 for 9 on day 1. The man who held them at bay was Alex Gidman, who turned his overnight 37 into a half century, made off 104 deliveries, an innings containing 6 fours. He was very well backed up by last man Charlie Morris, who stuck it out for 52 minutes in total to help earn his team what could yet turn out to be an important batting bonus point. Having been on 117 for 7 at one point, Worcestershire were finally dismissed for 210 when Luke Wells bowled Morris for 3 to end a last wicket partnership of 31, Gidman finishing unbeaten on 60, Chris Jordan ending with figures of 5 for 68 after causing so much damage on the first day. Ed Joyce had pulled out of this game with a back injury only an hour before the start on Tuesday, and that saw Michael Yardy and Wells open up for Sussex, these two putting on 21 runs in the first 9 overs of the reply thanks to this drop by Gidman. Yardy was out for 13 as Jack Shantry picked up his 50th wicket of this championship campaign, courtesy of a brilliant catch at leg slip by Tom Fell. In spite of their troubles at the wrong end of the table, the efforts of the Worcestershire seamers this summer have been exceptional. A second wicket fell before lunch as Wells gave Joe Leach wicket number 53 of an unforgettable championship season for him. Ben Cox with the catch, which had the batsman on his way for 10 with only 32 runs on the board. 27 more were added to that before the lunch break, which meant that after 4 sessions of this crucial contest, there was really nothing to choose between two teams desperate to keep their status as a top-flight team in this tournament. There was a big moment just before the break as Chris Nash was dropped by Gidman, who was hampered a bit by Daryl Mitchell moving across him in the slips. So into the afternoon we went, and it was acting captain Nash and Matt Machin who picked up the baton for their team. They took full toll of anything on offer from the home attack and were able to get the total up to 81 before a double setback for Sussex. First, Machin, who'd made 32, was held by Fell off the bowling of Morris, the ball possibly just stopping on the batsman, as Worcestershire's third seamer now took his tally of championship wickets this season to 43. Then, having just struck his 5th boundary and getting to 38 off 54 balls, Nash top-edged to pull off Morris into his helmet, which he removed immediately to assess any damage. These days, of course, precautionary measures are always at the front of cricketers' minds, and so Nash was escorted off the field by the Sussex physio. The good news is that he is okay and may be able to bat on day 3 if required. Nash left with 94 runs on the board and still nothing really separating these two teams. No pair had thus far been able to forge any partnership of note, but just when it was needed for Sussex, that's what Luke Wright and Ben Brown now did. They are a pair who obviously enjoy batting together. Last year they broke records by adding 335 runs in partnership with each other, and this season they had twice put on century stands. Wright is having his best ever season with a bat in his hand, and he was on his way to becoming just the 4th player in First Division cricket this year to register 1,000 championship runs. Much of that has been done by being very consistent. Indeed, only Johnny Bairstow has matched him in terms of making it to a 50. This was a 10th half-century of the season's campaign for Wright. It was reached courtesy of his 9th boundary, which had the 30-year-old raising his bat after facing 81 deliveries. Wright's one disappointment would have been his failure to convert any but one of his previous half-centuries into a full one, his top score of the summer in this competition being 110. He and Brown, who struck only 1-4, had taken the total to 185 for 3 by the time he got to tea, and now it was their side which was in the box seat. Wright was at his 1,000 run tally for the first time on getting to 59, but he was in no mood to stop there. He and Brown took Sussex ahead before rain drove the players off. They did get back on, and both Wright and Brown pressed on, Wright taking his personal tally to 98 and his partner 45. So Worcestershire ended the day having gone 41 overs without a wicket, which has seen their opponents get to 251 for 3, and that has Sussex 41 runs to the good.